Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 206. Who wins, motherfucker? What's going on?
How are you, sir?
Oh, fantastic. How are you? Happy New Year, almost. It's
Almost New Year.
New Year's Eve is when we're recording.
How are your holidays?
Fa la 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 la. Very good.
Don't know what that means, but good. Okay.
I don't either. It was my birthday. Remember the last time we recorded?
When I was a crappy friend for not saying happy birthday.
Hey, it's whatever.
No. I think you forgot mine too, so we're Steve.
Nah, definitely not. Went axe throwing. And then with the homies, because he's also the homie, the Quant out here, my best friend from first grade. His birthday's the same day, so we all went axe throwing and they got some sushi afterwards. Chilled with the fam on Christmas. Played a little bit of poker, came up. What else?
I was gonna say you sent me some good stat lines from your.
Oh, I showed you,
poker
the tournaments.
The tournaments you were
I've been
doing.
crushing tournaments online, but no, I went and played in person as well. Got into like a bomb pot, where everybody puts in $5, and then they deal out the flop before anybody bets, and they changed the format in these sit and goes online that I'm playing, where there's a bomb pot every 8 hands. So I've been playing a lot of bomb pots lately. And so I have a strategy with it, and I was already up, so I'm up to 160, right? I bought it in 100. Bomb pot comes, I get dealt 2 3 2 4 2 3 or 2 4 2 4. And then there's okay, let's say I got dealt 2 3. There's an ace, a 4, and some other card that's on the flop, right?
Yeah.
Somebody bets $10. 2 other people call. I call. The guy to my left goes all in, $57. And then the guy to his left calls. Everybody else folds. Now it's just me left, and it's $47 more for me. And I'm looking for a 5 to catch a straight, but I do the math. And so I have a 20% chance, or 16% chance to hit this card. 16% chance. I do the math. $47 goes in. There's already, so to begin with, there's $45 because we all put in 5. Plus there's another 40 because the people called 10. Plus there's now 114 because the 2 guys put in 57. So I call. Boom. 5 comes out on the turn. I go all in, put the other guy all in, clean up everything, like $300.
Damn, nice. Very good. I'm glad to see that you're getting back. Oh, that's almost a wild thing to say. It's so good to see you're gambling again. But there is a mode, a tunnel vision that you have when you're playing that it's very healthy for you to play. Not that you're like a degenerate gambler, but you view it in such a way that it's like a mental challenge to you. It's not like it's less of a game of chance, and it's more of you like grinding it out, getting to the, you know what I'm like?
It's chess, not checkers.
It's like for me, like in my profession, like I like difficult, I like chaos, I like lots of problems. I think because my brain is firing at 1,000,000 miles a minute, and you know that just as good as anybody, and it always has. So for me, where someone would get burned out or get tired of the constant barrage of problems, for me, it's like a problem where I can solve it and I just have to figure it out. And my brain moves so quickly, it moves just as fast as the problems come. So it actually works out perfectly because it keeps me from being like too crazy, and works calm, really calm. it's like I'm looking for shit to fix. I'm looking for things to do. You know what I'm? And then I'm like, okay, so what? I got to find another tough thing to do. And that's you with poker. Is you view it to where you sit there and you're like, okay, what are my odds of winning this? And you like cycle through all of those things. You have an order of operations, and it's healthy for you mentally because it lets you get that out in like a constructive way.
and get paid.
Well, and you make money doing it, but everybody should have something like that. And not everybody's gonna have like poker be like, hey, this is a constructive critical thinking tool. Like I'm gonna go gamble. That's not most people. That's not even me. I mean, I guess when it comes to dice, I have my own strategy, but even then, it's still more of a game of chance than like poker. There's less skill involved. There isn't playing the board. But even then, it's like everybody's, I only play evens or I only play odds. Like everybody's got some stupid bullshit that makes them feel lucky. As we're with cards, like you can outplay like the house or the hand or the people around you, and there's a competitiveness to it that's different that I
Uh,
don't enjoy. I don't enjoy doing that with my money.
yeah. I shook like the kid. So the kid to my left was 21. Person to my right, 82-year-old grandma.
Give it
And
up, Gam. I'm trying to get paid.
yeah. Uh, and I shook the kid next to me. Like he had so he had pocket jacks and caught trips. But there was four spades on the board, and he didn't have a spade. And two people or like bet like $20, but there's like a lot of money in the pot already. And he shows me his hand, and he folds, and I was like, well. Like in the middle of the hand, like we're talking about this because these it ends up taking longer. These guys end up going all in. Well, I was like, if you get a full house, like and he goes, yeah, but what are the chances of that? And then I was like, let me do the math on that. And it was, he had, it was a 36% chance that he would get a full house. And then the river comes out and he got a full house. He was like, and I go, how much was the bet? And it was like $20. And I'm like, oh. And then he was like, he felt like an idiot. And he's like, yeah, but and then I just knew I had him on tilt after that. That like fact that I could like calculate the percentage of that, tell him that he should have called, and then it hits, and then eventually he was the one who bet the $57 in the bomb pot that I took.
Damn, that's brutal. But just life advice. Everybody should have something that they do that's difficult that they want to get good at and they can't get good at, but it doesn't have anything to necessarily do with your like day to day. Like your outlet seems to be poker. Some people it's the guitar. Some people it's cycling. I'm a cycling. I like yard work. I like things that are challenging and isolating because I'm surrounded by people all the time.
Not 36%, 18%. Sorry,
18. Um, yeah, that would be crazy odds to get a full house. You'd be like, you just
18%. Yeah.
though
When I was able,
36%, you'd just be like,
it's 30%. It'd be 36% after the flop. And then it goes down to 18 because all he had left was the river.
yeah.
But still, that's 1 in 5. Because
Um,
you just need the board to pair up.
so you didn't see it, but because it happened twice. Third time, got banned on the gram and on the and I unlinked them, thinking I've read like, oh, you unlink them. Nah, bruh. Now that they all own each other and it's all owned by the same parent company, if you're banned on one, you're banned on all of them. So I was banned again. Community violation. Didn't do anything. I put in this is at midnight. This is like around 10:30 on Christmas Eve. Somebody got me banned on Christmas Eve. I file an appeal. Same thing. I wake up and I'm back in. Like they had
At one point,
there
did we hit a
has to be
lawsuit on Meta?
something now at this point where they're like somebody keeps like spam reporting this account and they're just
Yeah.
got to be ignoring it. Like they have to because it's like, dude, you just checked it a week ago, and then like 6 days later, I got banned again.
You might become like spam proof. Like you might be able to like eventually like it's gonna be like the little boy who cried wolf, to where like they're like, no, it's just somebody fucking with this guy. He doesn't do anything wrong. And then now you could just get away with shit. You could just do shit wrong, but they're not gonna look into it because they've looked into it so many times and you've been clean so many times.
Yeah,
Then
it's
now you just
crazy.
Now you just have an X-rated account and get away with it.
Like, I mean, whoever is like search, I hope you like my meme game, my real game, my algorithm's wild, but I don't send anything that's not on your app already. So it's like, what the fuck are we talking about? But yeah, it happened again. And then got back in. Normally it takes like almost 48 hours. Like they take their sweet ass time. Dude, I woke up. Like I was going to sleep. I woke up and I was back in. It's like they sent the same email like, oh, we got it wrong. Sorry. We'll be better next time. But I was like, that was fast. Like they're just like, or they have people just slaving in away in there on like Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. Like, or it was like, you don't get to go home till you finish going through all the banned accounts. And this dude's just sitting there like, but yeah, super quick. So happened again. And then work's been crazy, super busy. And there was just, we'll talk about it off air, but major shakeup. I'm not going to say very much about it. I would just say how you treat people is important. How you go about talking to people. I don't know. This has been such an interesting year. It ends soon. So it started out decent. Then I was like, I was gonna, buying a house, but then had a very serious loss. So there was some of the most depressing times I've had in about the past, like, I don't know, 8 to 10 years have been in this same 12-month period, and then kind of figuring out ways to come out of it, changing my perspective on certain stuff. It's been such an interesting year. 2025 was wild, really tough, a lot of dubs, lots of L's, but fucking crazy fucking year.
Telling me about it. I was supposed to get an MRI last week
Yeah.
on my shoulder. Got prescribed Xanax because
Oh wow.
I'm claustrophobic.
Okay.
So I popped the Xanax.
Pop this
Uh,
Zanny.
yeah, I picked it up on the way and popped it in the car. Pulled up, waited. They were like 25 minutes late. Pull me in. Ask me if my penis is metal because it's an MRI. I'm like, no. And they're like, but you had surgery on your penis. Do you have a card saying that? And I go, no. And
Do
guess
you
what?
have a card saying your penis is not metal? That's
Yes, I
fucking
swear to,
awesome.
I am not
I
kidding.
mean,
I go, no, I didn't know that I needed that. I was like, there's a card, like what, like a members only card, like for my penis. And I said that, like, and guess what? We're in the same fucking building as Dr. Yang's office, the urology. I go, dude, this is Yang Gang's office.
yeah.
They're upstairs. Let me go get the card. And they're like, okay. I go upstairs. And I explain to the person at the
I need
desk.
that card that says my dick ain't metal.
I
You
swear to
didn't
God.
give me one last time.
I
Hook it
swear to
up.
God.
That's
I have to,
crazy.
I have to say this to the person at the receptionist. She goes, okay, could you go sit down? Let me go find out. 15, 20 minutes goes by. She comes out into like the lobby and like tells me that the card that I need is at the hospital where the surgery was performed. Uh, Not there at the Yang Gang office. So I have to go to the hospital, which is not far. But I had to then now reschedule the MRI, and so now I'm doing the MRI tomorrow. So I'm gonna take Xanax again, but tomorrow on New Year's Eve. This time though, they told me I have to come if I'm gonna take the Xanax. I have to come an hour early, and I need somebody to drive me home. So I'm gonna tell them that I didn't take the Xanax because I don't want to show up an hour early, and I don't want it to have to like get driven home. But I'm gonna take the Xanax. What do you think about that?
It's a bad idea. I think saying that out loud is a bad idea. But
I mean, I just took the Xanax like the last week and didn't get the MRI, but I was fine. Like it's like a baby amount, it's like a half milligram. Shit, like I'm probably gonna freak out in the MRI machine because it's like not enough.
that's tight though that you got a card that says your dick's not metal. Be like, because and then if anybody asks why, there could be so much lore. Be like because there was suspicion that it was, and we
Like
had
for real. The guy's
got
like, no. He goes, I'm not putting you in the machine unless you could prove to me that it's not. I go, what?
it's awesome. Prove to me
I was
it's
like,
not
I was like,
machine.
just cause it's hard doesn't mean it's metal, homie.
Prove to me it's not a machine. Like it's
I had to do that. My I
Are
had to get
you
my
or
dick
are you not a
certified to get
cyborg?
my dick certified to get an MRI, bro.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy talk. Well, that's good. And then yeah, we normally stream on a shit ton of platforms, and they changed the structure of what I use. So I guess I could change it, or I could just up my subscription.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's
I was
stupid.
gonna. Somebody was asking me, and I was like, yeah, it's like YouTube, Facebook, and I was like, I think Twitch, but I forget if we still do
Mm-hmm.
it. And
Like
then
Twitch, Kick. We do it on
yeah,
4. We could do it on Instagram. But then to do it on Instagram, you got to switch the. It has to be on a professional business page. Is how you can go live. So I'll have to change the structure of my page or make a new page and do it there. So I'm debating on what
you
I
could
want to
just do
do.
it from the talk shit page.
All right, then you'll have to give me like the stream key and shit like that. But yeah, that's fine. We can get that figured out because then I'll have to link that to this, and then we could do it on both.
That's fine.
But I'm down with that. I mean, it's not in the articles because I try not to make it all about just like Trump being an idiot. But you saw that he's getting the Israeli peace prize.
Yeah, I heard that on like my mom watching Fox News the other day.
First
I'm like, oh, I go, and I just
first
made fun.
non-Israelite to get it in like 80
I
years or some goofy shit. It's like, what
I
are we
walked,
doing? Like
I
war
walked over to my
criminal get
mom, and I was like, oh my god, Donald Trump's so cool. He got that prize, and she started laughing.
like he doesn't like what are we like? What are we
He's so
doing?
cool, dude.
It's the weirdest shit.
Don't even worry about it. It's awesome.
How am I not? Much deserved. Coming from whenever he flies to America, he has to circumvent European airspace because he'll get detained and arrested. The war criminal.
BB
Yeah,
Netanyahu.
yeah, yeah. TT Netanyahu, fucking that idiot can't even land in Europe without getting arrested. Go anywhere, and that's the person giving you a peace prize. The guy who's been carpet bombing uh, a 26-mile area, like what, 26 miles long and like what,
Yeah.
like 5 miles wide. Some
Literally the size of Malibu. They call it like 26 miles of beauty, of like scenic beauty. Like when you like it says that on the sign, it's just Malibu, dude. That's all it
drove
is.
through Malibu. I was like, this is it. Like I was
Yeah,
confused. I was
yeah.
like, this is kind of lame.
That's
Like,
Gaza, dude.
and then I was on the beach. I was like, there's
But
trash
slam two
everywhere.
million people in there, and a million of them are kids.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah, that's like the average age is like under the age of 18. Like, but yeah, like that. Thanks for the peace prize. Thanks, man, because you're the best judge of who's peaceful and who's not. He's like, hey, you are not as big as a murderer as me, so here is a peace prize. But you got close. You slick son of a
well, just
bitch.
wait till Venezuela
Got
pops off.
close. We tried. I said, BB, I'm coming for your number. Putting up MJ stats, that guy is.
Well,
Historic run.
if you count all the people they killed like by eliminating USAID, then he's up there.
Yeah. Those numbers are out.
That's like in the hundreds
That
of
was a
thousands.
legacy play.
It's gonna be in the millions.
It's KG staying with the Timberwolves. I did it for the city. Like, fucking dude, when I saw that, it blew my fucking mind. There's so
How
much
does that
weird
blow your mind? It's like it's he got the fucking
because
peace prize from
it's so
FIFA.
it's I get it, but like that's FIFA, that's Apple,
What is,
that's all
what is
these like
BB? What is
corporations. And hold on,
BB?
those are all these like corporations trying to buddy up to him, being like, hey, mate, like to play favor to him so they can like what, not pay, not be tariffed, not have shit happen to them specifically. So that's all self-serving. BB and him are just both schmucks. They're both fucking assholes, and they're like murderers.
Oh, and like
And
the
they do
CEO or like the head of FIFA's not.
no, but in a completely different class. He's just in charge of a soccer federation. That's like saying like you could
Corrupt shit, dude.
you could
How many
okay.
people died building like the Qatari stadiums?
Yeah, but you can blame Qatar just as much as you could blame FIFA because Qatar allows that. They have the
Okay, but
migrant
FIFA
worker.
allowed it to be in Qatar
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
or Qatar.
it's the hand that rocks the cradle. These two motherfuckers are just like two weirdos hanging out by a cradle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not. There's no hand rocking the cradle. There's no back. It's like they're both just weirdos in the room near a cradle, and they're
At
giving
an
each
island.
other. They're giving each other prizes. That is like Jeffrey Epstein giving Prince Andrew an award. You'd be like, what? Like, hold on. Like it wouldn't. Like,
Which
humanitarian of the
probably
year.
happened. It probably happened.
Yeah, humanitarian of the year with his
Oh,
work
for sure.
in the community with children. You'd be
Yeah.
like, "Are you serious? Did Jeffrey Epstein really just give Prince Andrew that prize?" That's basically, but like for being peaceful. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy. And he did it because and he's doing it because it satiates something in Trump. Like, he's so fucking weird. They're just two weird ass old dudes. All these weird ass old people need to get out of our government, man. They just sort of, it's so exhausting, and they're super weird. I know that I keep repeating that, but I'm for some reason I'm trying to be nice about it and don't want to say what
No,
I
dude,
want to
they're
say.
always weird. Think about all the dictators. Like, fucking Hitler used to shit on his niece and lock her in a room, and like do meth.
Mm. But not even just that. Well, I'm talking about just like this generation, how long they've been in government, how long they've held on to power. It's just weird. They're all weird.
Yeah.
They're all weird as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's weird, but she's weird in a different way than like Chuck Schumer's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck Schumer's weird in a different way than like Bobes or Marjorie Taylor Greene. And they're younger, so they're a little
Bobes
bit less.
isn't weird, but Bobes is real, dog.
Isn't she? She's in a bunch of trouble right now for like some illegal like campaign fund accusations from Kid
No,
Rock.
don't you worry about it.
From Kid Rock. Kid
Don't worry
Rock
about it.
is trapped in in a scandal. What have we done? Citizens United. Kid Rock can just, as a company, give money to people to vote in his best interest. What are Kid Rock's best
If he wants to
interests?
bob with the Bobes, then bob with the Bobes.
Trev wants to get a handy, over the pants handy, and a street rendition of Rent. Weird backdrop to be, you don't let me do sexual things during the movie Rent, but
I have a sticker, like on your iPhone,
yeah.
and it's Kid Rock giving an over the pants handy
Oh,
to the midget.
uh,
But then my buddy replaced the midget's face with the Quant's face, and then I replaced Kid Rock's face with my face. So it's me giving it over there as Kid Rock giving it over there. So that's weird that you said that.
yeah, that is a little bit weird. I like that how like it was made to make fun of him, and then you're just like, and then I put my face on it.
I know. And then I'm like, what am I doing?
Like I put myself in there, giving the hand job, bro. It was hilarious. Hopefully that happens in real life. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I just sent it to you.
I mean, it's like whatever you want to do, man. But lately, I've been making reactions and stickers out of people that like are in like my day to day. So like at work, like some one of these guys I'm working with, he's in like the other half of what I do. He like runs the other half of it, and he's fucking awesome. And I got this great picture of him, and then he sent me some text later, and I replied with to a reaction of a picture of himself, and then he's just like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can turn anything into it." So I'll make one of you. I'll find one of your. I'll snatch one of your Facebook pictures and turn it into a reaction for you.
Or don't.
No, I'm going to now. I have
No,
to.
I already talked to my attorney.
Okay, I will. Oh,
All right, you
Jesus,
ready for
actually
therapy
sent it
questions?
to me. Jesus Christ.
Today I switched it up on therapy questions.
You did. That's
This is an all who wins therapy round.
quite the picture, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
No.
a sticker.
Oh, no.
It's a sticker.
No, thank you needed. Just a statement.
I mean, you're the one who said over the pants handy.
You're the one giving one to a midget that you've known your whole life. So I've known this midget since first grade.
Same birthday.
So I feel bad for him, man. So sometimes I just give him a hand job, help him out. Just looking out for my bro.
No
dude.
idea why I put my face on it.
Yeah. That's what makes it weird.
It took me months before I said that to anybody. I made it, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
When you realize you made a mistake by saying
Yeah.
that to anyone, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, wow,
Yeah.
steps backwards in this relationship and anybody else I say this to. Great. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah. Okay, therapy question number 1. Who wins? 25 untrained humans versus 1 medieval knight in full armor. Knight has a sword. Humans have fear.
Humans have fear. Well, they're all humans. Medieval knight. I mean, if he has a sword, he could definitely
Full
take him out.
armor.
Yeah, but if you once you got on him, if you got onto him, if all 25 people ran at him at once at the same speed, he couldn't stop them all. That's really what it is. That's a sheer number. Now, if it was like one medieval knight versus 10 people, it'd be closer, but I might take the knight. But that's just too many people. 25 people is a lot of fucking people, man, running at you. Especially if they're just like
Like from
varying
behind.
section sizes. Yeah, they're going to be, if you're encircled, if they're running head on at him, then he might stand a little bit more of a chance. If he's standing there and they're encircled him and if they're run at him one by one, the knight, this is going to take them out. Like individually, they can't fuck with the guy. But collective, they figure out, we're going to gang tackle this dude. He's fucked. And then someone's going to take a sword and just stab him. So 25, it's got to be the 25 untrained humans. And untrained is like dangerous. Like that's like damn near feral. Dude out here, you're about to fight 25 people who don't know how to wipe their own ass. Like that's some scary shit, bro. Like not
I
even
don't know if that's what it means by untrained. I think
maybe, I don't know. We don't know. They're just not trained. Not trained in what? I don't know.
that's true. That's
Normal
true. That is true.
ways. If because
Well,
I'm telling you,
I think it's a statement on like the lack of trade schools out here, you know, in the states.
be in a room with 25 people who like, you know what I'm saying, like don't know how to put on their own pants, you know? And they're like normal functioning people, they don't know how to put on pants. You are terrified in that room.
How's that a normal functioning person if they don't know how to put on pants?
Well, they just says untrained, so we don't know how. Well,
I know, but
I'm assuming that it's not that, you know, we're not throwing out like it's not like you're being attacked by 25 special needs people. Then you're definitely gonna lose. Like that's not even close. Like
because of retard strength.
oh Jesus Christ. No, I'm just saying that there is like there's if they're untrained in something. So untrained in fighting, then yeah, I'd still take them because they're just gonna bum rush you. You can't take them all out. There's no way. Not with the sword. It's too close quarters. You need like a bow staff, and even then, someone just grab on your back, choke you the fuck out. If somebody grabs you and slows you down, and then they're all just gonna run on you and just start pummeling you, that would be a terrible way to die. Getting beat up by 25 untrained people because
While you're in full armor.
because it would be slow because they're not trained. Like they'd be figuring out how to punch like as it went on. So at first you'd be like laughing about it, and then one of them would get you, and you'd be like, "Ah, fucker!" Like it would like, and then it would start to add up, and they'd be like, "Hey, no, this is how you do it." Because 25 people on you, they could take their time.
Yeah. Therapy question number 2: Who wins? One gorilla versus one grizzly bear versus one polar bear. Neutral arena, no alliances.
The gorilla is probably the strongest out of the group, and arguably the most agile, like in movement. Bear's gonna be pretty stationary. You know, if you're in like a sprint, like
Bear could go 40 miles an hour faster than a car.
running in a straight line. That's like saying crocodiles can beat a human in a race. They're like, yeah, but like bitch just zigzag and like it's fucked. Like it's made to go straight. Like not. And bears got some moves, but the gorillas, I think in my opinion, gorillas probably gonna be stronger. Polar bear is gonna be huge. I think the grizzly bear gets taken out pretty quickly. Honestly. Polar bears are no joke. They're fucking huge. That's the biggest bear. Kodiak bear is the second biggest bear. But I don't know, man. I kind of got to roll gorilla. It uses its hands more. It's going to be more agile. I think the bears are going to start fucking up each other because the gorilla's going to punch a bear and just be like, thunk. But the bear does have the claws. So that's where, like I said, the agility comes into play because I think it can move. It's going to be quick. Like, have you ever seen a gorilla like spin on its ass and all that stuff? They got some moves, bro. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going gorilla.
Grizzly bear.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like a grizzly bear can fuck up a polar bear.
Polar bear's is like bigger. Like a
Really?
grizzly. Yeah, polar bear is bigger. Polar bear is the biggest bear. A Kodiak bear is the second biggest bear. Grizzly bears are somewhere like how big is a polar bear?
You sure polar bears are the biggest bear?
Yeah, polar bears typically weigh from 770 to 1,500 pounds. They're from eight. They're between 8 and 10 feet long, and they're 5 feet at the shoulder in height. So if they're standing up, their shoulders are at 5 feet, about 5 feet or 1.5 meters. That's for a male polar bear, so they can be up to 1,500 pounds. Grizzly bear. Grizzly bear males can be between 400 and 600 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, while females can be 250 to 350. So it's gonna be quick.
Polar bear's
Like
fucking that up.
a polar bear is like they don't look big when you see them, and they're like moving around because they're tall. They're like really fucking tall. So their necks are long. Like they look really long. But if a polar bear were to stand up in front of you, it's 8 to 10 feet tall. That'd be fucking terrifying. So there's a lot of people that get like when you get attacked by a polar bear, you don't make it. And then what's a gorilla? See, gorillas can be up to 600 pounds, and they stand at about 5'11" to 6 feet tall.
Okay, I'll go with gorilla as well.
And they have and they can run up to 25 miles an hour. Like, yeah, gorillas are fucking. What's stronger, a chimp or a gorilla? Gorillas are significantly stronger than chimps, and chimps are insanely strong. They can be 4 to 6 times more powerful. So, size and weight, lifting and punch can lift. A gorilla can lift far more and deliver punches with immense force, up to 2,700 pounds of force. The bite force is around 1,300 psi. So if it punches you, it's going to punch you with a ton plus 700 pounds worth of force behind it, dude. Like if it just punched a grizzly bear, it'd knock it the fuck out in a way that a grizzly can't punch it. It's gonna paw and claw and scratch and try to grab it, and it's gonna get close, and a gorilla's gonna be like, "Get the fuck off me!" Like, especially a grizzly bear, they're about the same size. Like and a polar bear could do damage, but like I said, I think the gorilla's just faster. Like the gorilla's gonna fuck it up, dude. That I wouldn't want to watch that though. That'd be gruesome as shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch it either.
No, that's some like
I'd like to. I'd like
Russian.
to.
That's some
I'd
like
like to bet,
Russian
bet on
pay
it,
per
maybe.
view Russian pay per view gulag shit. Like
Yeah.
today we have grizzly bear. We have from the Arctic polar bear. Oh. And from where the chocolate people come from, we have gorilla. Yeah. We have. They call this wild chocolate man gorilla. I do not know why. He's normal. He is normal African man. They're like, Jesus, like I think I'm at the wrong place. We start taking bets. You're like, never mind, I'm in the right fucking place. That's what I'm talking about. That's
And
what
then they
that
start
sounds like.
calling you. They start calling you Habibi.
Yeah.
Who wins? There'd be question number 3. 20 humans versus one gorilla, but it's inside a Costco.
It's still the gorilla, dude. That's a nightmare. There's a movie coming out called Primate that's coming out pretty soon about a chimp that goes crazy. And obviously, you can assume like a bunch of white people keep a chimp, I guess, and it goes crazy and hurts people.
Well,
No, man.
there's you chimp crazy.
Yeah, there's chimp. Now there's like a horror movie coming out called Primate this summer. Mark Wahlberg. Hey, I just brought home this monkey, you guys.
Is that really what
Listen
he's
to
in
my
it?
rap album.
He's in it.
No, he's not. I'm just.
Uh,
That's what it. So fooled you. Go eat burgers at my family's spot.
well, it's like I don't have a Costco membership. They're building one by the crib, under duress, under controversy by the city. Um, but is it like a Walmart? Do they sell guns?
No. They do not sell guns. I'm sure they would if they could. But if you're getting a Costco, an Academy is probably like right around the corner because Academy's like, you want ammo? Like they have like a season pass for getting ammo. Like any place where you can any shopping goods store where you can renew your fishing license
Well, that's in Texas. This is California, dude.
True, true. Hey man, Trump train goes everywhere. No, gorilla's gonna destroy. Primates are scary. Period.
All right. Well, last one's the primate. Therapy question number 4. Who wins? 20 humans versus one chimp in a children's playground.
That's a horrifying backdrop. The chimp probably wins. 20 humans might be able to take out a chimp, but chimps are. I mean, you watch Chimp Crazy. Like, what's with us? What's with all the, you picking all these people to lose to primates, dude? Like, what are you talking about? Chimps are so vicious that the people that wouldn't make it out of that would be like, if you did survive 20 versus one chimp, like it would not be the same. I've seen
You'd be
interviews with those people.
PTSD.
I've seen interviews with the beyond that. I've seen the interviews with those
You'd be like
people.
Nick Cage. I want his face to come off. Your face will come off.
Lots of people's would. There because they're all.
What's with that?
I think it's like a dominance thing where like they try. It's really well. What they'll first do is they'll rip your balls off, so they'll castrate you. That's one thing that they do is whenever they fight. So that's something to like take you out of like the chain like that. And then yeah, they're just vicious. Like they'll bite you. Like what's a gorilla's was 1,700 psi. A chimp's is 13. And a chimp could still punch you with like 500 pounds of force or something. Nah, man, I'm not fucking with that.
I mean, I like a little biting, you know.
And a full grown male chimp is pretty big. You always see little baby chimps. A full grown
I didn't
male
see little baby chimps. Who's the chimp that went missing that she was hiding?
Oh, Travis.
Yeah,
Yeah, Travis was a big crazy. He was big, dude. He was
and he was also
like
the R word.
yeah, he was like psycho and like spazzing out. She got arrested again.
Oh,
Yeah,
doing
for
what? DUI.
something with chimps. Something weird with chimps. But she got arrested again.
Good for her.
Yeah,
Maybe she'll get pardoned.
Yeah, that's
You know, she might get pardoned because
pardoning
she
the
actually did it.
I love Chimp Crazy. That girl did nothing wrong. She tried to talk to the city. They made the worst deal I've ever seen. Tried to take Travis from her. He's a good chimp. He's a little slow, but that doesn't mean he's bad. I mean, we have lots of slow people. The radical left Democrats are a little slow. Nah.
Some of them look like chimps. Not saying who,
No, he's saying wild, dude. Like it keeps getting ratcheted
but the
up.
Somalis.
Yeah, now it's the Somalis. Like it's just like damn, which we'll
Shout
get
out
into a little.
Somalia.
We'll
Shout out
get
Somalia. Shout out Somalia land. Apparently, got recognized by Israel, separatist state.
he literally is like they're all pirates. Like he said something like they're all pirates. I was like,
Yeah. Well, I'm the
that's
captain
crazy.
now, Trump.
That's crazy talk.
Are you serious, Trump?
And
See
then
what I did there?
it's like
See
if
what
you want to escape the Somali pirates and the crime and poverty of Somalia, it's like no, you're from there, so you can't come here. That's but I want to escape. No, that's crazy.
Bro, they just revoked the refugee status of 300 South Sudanese. There's a civil war in Sudan going on
Yeah.
right now, a mass genocide going on, and they're like, nah, it's safe now. You guys can go back. It's 300 people. You guys got to go back. It's fucking crazy.
And like regardless of why they fled, some of them fled because they're like, "Hey, like I told you where that dude was that you guys like killed with SEAL Team 7."
Yeah.
It's like, "Yeah, sorry. You need to go back now." That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it makes me cringe deep inside. But yeah, now if it was a gorilla versus a chimp, gorilla.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up because see, this is where because grizzly bears are just a see a Kodiak bear. The males can get up to 1,400 pounds, so that's a pretty big fucking bear. The Kodiak bear, which is a species of brown bear, one of the largest land carnivores on Earth, exclusively found in the Kodiak of Alaska. So there's a really crazy fucking good movie called The Edge. And it's got Anthony Hopkins and it's got oh my god, what's his name? Alec Baldwin in it. and they go on this like hiking trip. It's also got the black guy from Romeo and Juliet. He's also in a bunch of other stuff now, but he plays Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet with the dreads. They go out in the woods and they encounter this like Kodiak bear, and it tries to kill them. And like Alec Baldwin's been like fucking Anthony Hopkins' like wife or something. They like end up like battling. They're trying to fight this bear, and they end up fighting each other. And it's a crazy fucking movie with this big ass bear chasing Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin through the woods for like 2 hours. It's pretty great. Um,
Shout out Baldwin.
and the black guy dies first, so we'll just get that out of the way.
Dude, I mean, you didn't have to. I assumed. That's not even
Yeah,
a spoil. That's not a spoiler.
black man in the woods of Alaska running from a bear with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. Unless it's Will Smith,
He's got to go.
it's gotta go. It's true. Sorry, man.
Sad.
Yeah, and like everyone else, like that's pretty brutal too. So it's just like it's early. You're like, oh, that was quick. You need to take a break.
Let's take a break.
Okay, we will be back in a second with our tickles.
We'll be right back.
Recording in progress.
And we are back for the topics.
In classic Joseph fashion, first article. Hold on a second, I gotta fix this. Bam, bam. And we'll bring up the page. Thieves drill into a German bank, vault and steal tens of millions of euros versus the worth of property. Fuck yeah. Because it's a robbery that I'm not that mad about because no one got hurt. Thieves stole tens of millions of euros worth of property from safety deposit boxes inside a German bank vault that they drilled into Monday during the holiday lull. Some 2,700 bank customers were affected by the theft in Glinsenkirchen. Police said.
Yeltsin.
Yeltsin?
Yeltsin.
Kirchen. That's a shitty name. That sucks to live there. Where do you live? Yeltsin-Kirchen.
Careful, dude. Germany's like one of our top.
I'm just saying that's a shitty name. Sorry, man. Police said that at the Sparkassi SPARKASSE Bank Sparkassi Bank said Thomas Nawalchik, a police spokesman, said investigators believe that the theft was worth between 10 and 90 million euros, or 11.
That's a big ass range.
Yeah, 11.7 to 105.7 million dollars.
I mean, it was safety deposit boxes, so like people did get hurt, bro.
There's a no. Well, yes, I just meant like physically hurt.
Okay, like I'm down when you take the cash from the bank. That's fine. It's insured by the government. Well, at least in America. But when you're taking like heirlooms and shit.
But
like,
what if there was like, what if you steal a bunch of safety deposit boxes and you find some shit that proves that somebody who owns the safety deposit box is like a serial killer that everybody's been looking for, and by pointing out that they are a serial killer, you would then expose the fact that you took the safety deposit box. But if you don't say anything, more people are gonna die, dog.
I think you know what the answer is. You have to go kill the serial killer.
Oh, plan C.
Like now it's your responsibility to end the cycle, because either you sacrifice yourself, turn yourself in, and expose them, or you just take things in your own hands. And since you're the kind of person that's robbing banks, I think you're the type of person to take things into your own hands.
See, and you would have to come up with like, because if you got caught, let's say you got caught murdering this guy, you would, you would know that he was a serial killer, so you would have to be able to like prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like I killed him because he was the serial killer.
I mean, couldn't you just anonymously send in whatever you found, like, to the police department?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like no tip's anonymous. If you call that shit in, they could be like, "We traced that phone call. We know exactly who fucking called us."
Well, if you're getting away with bank robberies, maybe you know a way. You got a VPN, dog.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. By the way, shout out to our sponsor, not Lord VPN. Sponsors your boys. But there's a picture of
Start
it
paying
up.
your boys.
There's a picture of it up. That's pretty crafty. And there's a shit ton of boxes open. A fire alarm summoned police officers and firefighters to the branch shortly before 4 a.m. Monday. They found a hole in the wall and the vault ransacked, but police believed a large drill was used to break through the vault's basement wall. No shit, that hole's like perfectly bored. I think they used a drill. Like, nah, they had Superman and he used his laser eyes, bitch. What are you talking about? Obviously, they bored a hole through the wall. Witnesses told investigators they saw several men carrying large bags in a nearby parking garage over the weekend. Video footage from the garage shows masked people inside a stolen van early on Monday. It's about 120 miles outside of Frankfurt. Fuck yeah. Love a good bank robbery. Never going to be mad at it. Love a good heist. Love a good sticking it to the man. I hope their shit's insured. If you lost your grandma's brooch, that is kind of fucked. So obviously there is a violation of privacy when it comes to safety deposit boxes. Not the most ethical thing you could rob from a bank, but it falls in the category. Tip my hat, a tip of the hat,
Because
shake
my
of the
grandma,
cane.
somebody tried to steal my grandma's safety deposit box, and they found out, like, my mom and, like, her brother, like, had to, like deal with it, and they, like, ended up getting it back. But yeah,
Oh, that shit's fucked. So I mean, yeah, obviously you don't want that happening. Not cool, but kind of badass drilling a hole in the wall. Like that's like I'm just saying, like there's a lot of timing, planning, there's a lot of forethought. That's admirable. There's a dedication to a successful heist that I appreciate. That sounds
well, there's probably
crazy,
a
but I do.
dedication to a successful kill, like a serial killer. You
Whoa, man,
appreciate
that's
that
crossing
too?
line. No, because then somebody else gets hurt. I appreciate the hunt for a serial killer. I appreciate like I would love to be like if I wouldn't want to be like a beat cop, but a homicide detective or a U.S. Marshal and like go chase down fucking bad guys. That would be tight. Because it's like why if a U.S. Marshal's looking for you, you did some shit. It's not a question.
But you used to. Now you're probably just brown.
No, they still have ICE for that. I think they have warrants. Most of the time, U.S. Marshals have a warrant. They just send ICE in. The guys who couldn't make it as a marshal. But no, I mean, I'm not mad at it. But do better. Do the jewelry, like robbing jewels on like the tarmac, like the Pink Panther group did in, what was it, France? Where they just like rolled up onto the tarmac whenever the plane landed and they were offloading diamonds and they were just like, give us all your shit. And then they got out of the airport, just drove through the gate onto the tarmac, just rolled up.
You know who else did that? DMX, pretended like he was a FBI agent while he was on coke, with coke on him, and
Yeah,
he
but
got
he like,
arrested.
oh yeah, he did a bunch of shit. He was at the airport with a bunch of blow to do something, and then like
And then got arrested and then impersonated an
yeah,
FBI
yeah, to
officer.
steal someone's car. He was like, I'm an FBI agent, give me your car, and like took someone's car under the false. He had like a badge and shit.
Started barking.
Yeah, that's epic. Where my dog's at? Grr.
And a snitch get this, and a snitch get that.
I'll bring it back. It's gonna give it to you when he's done with it. No, but shout out. I just saw that and was like, fuck yes. So this is a big deal that's going on right now. Um, GOP caucus directed YouTuber to Minnesota. A professor explains why it went viral. So right now there's this big thing going on. FBI did a bunch of raids of this Somali daycare system. Before we get into this article, what are your thoughts on all of this stuff right now?
So I'm like only half versed on this. I knew that Trump was bitching about Somali refugees in Minnesota. That's like where the big diaspora is of Somalis in this country. Then I missed, and then I saw like a couple clips of people talking, like making jokes about the Somali daycare center. Then I overheard Fox News talking about like $1 billion or $8 billion scam or something, and then I just didn't know if it was true or not. But so you tell me.
Um, so from what I understand, there was this YouTuber. His name is what's his name? Besides annoying, Nick Shirley. He posted a video over the weekend titled "I investigated Minnesota's billion-dollar fraud scandal." So one of them, this one video, he's standing in front of the learning center. It says Leering Center. It's missing an N.
Yeah, that's like I saw that. I didn't know if that was real or what it was.
And there's somebody outside. Don't open the door. They're gonna call ICE. There's like two random old people. There's like two old people out front. But apparently, yeah. So these daycares are getting loans or getting grants to operate within the state, and they don't have kids. So they're operating under the false pretenses of having like 150 kids or 90 kids or whatever, and it doesn't exist. And they're securing these loans like over like the one of this one, I think the Leering Center, somewhere between like $2 and $4 million worth of grants allegedly. So that's really what it is, but it's centered around Somalis, which is already a hot topic of conversation. That the Somali population in Minnesota is scamming the government out of money for these fake daycare centers. Now, is that provable beyond belief? To be seen. Are people presenting arguments that this might be happening? Sure. Is it probably just happening in this state? If it is, absolutely not. Like I mean, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. If there's a way to hustle the government, I mean, because that's like making a joke about black people and PPP loans, like, and ripping people off with that. Like, there's a million different, but those are not the only people that got arrested for PPP loan fraud.
Oh, dude, there was like $100 billion they got that, and they have barely arrested anybody or got any of the money back.
Shout out! I have a shout out to my dad. Runs a business. Applied for his PPP loans all by himself, and did the whole process and the legal paperwork and accounting work, and got approved, and then got it forgiven and never had to pay it back. So shout out.
Nice.
Thanks, Trump. Thanks, Obama.
So I heard somebody was talking. I was like in a group of people yesterday. Somebody was saying that they bought their nephew like a skateboard for like $187, and he's like, "That's high." And I'm like, I feel like my skateboard was like 150 when I got it when I was in high school. Like, like built it.
Yeah,
to, like,
skateboards were not cheap.
yeah. And then this other guy was like, "Yeah, 187 is high. Thanks, Biden." He was like serious. I'm like, God damn. I just started laughing. I'm
He's
like,
coming for skateboards.
I'm like, what?
Razor
Like,
scooters are next. They're gonna triple. It's like they're from the scooter from the Sharper Image magazine.
wild.
Went public. What are you talking about, bro?
Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, thanks. But I say that all the time. I'm like, thank you, Obama. Or I just like to say,
I say thanks to Obama all the time too. Like,
I like to
kidding,
say,
but
like,
like that's funny. But like the thanks Biden, I just thought I was like, wow, dude, that's funny.
no, or I like to say like really aggressively, like Obama 2028, and get people crazy and like he's coming back. Don't call it a comeback.
If we're going third term for third term, let's go third term for third term.
Three more terms. I just like say random shit like that. People are like, what the fuck? We're coming for you. Watch your back. Obama.
Michelle's gonna run, and he's gonna be VP, and then she's gonna resign, and then he'll be president.
And Biden's gonna be Speaker of the House. You know why?
Hey,
Because he won't talk. We don't need him to.
he talks the best.
Yeah. Best. He's got the best words.
We finally beat Medicare.
Yeah. They finally did it.
Shout out.
Where's my ice cream? Okay, so in a viral video over the weekend, YouTuber travels to Minnesota, knocking on doors, accusing Somali-owned daycare centers of fraud. House Speaker Lisa DeMuth said Monday that her caucus steered YouTuber creator Nick Shirley to daycare sites in Minnesota. Those featured in his widely viewed video have been a part of a state administrated administered child care program using federal money, although some recently had operations or payments suspended. This video was shared by Vice President J.D. Vance, of course. Cash Patel, old lazy eye, said he was aware of the video and the FBI is investigating. The Moose said the attention from federal officials is deserved. Fraud needs to end in the state, she said. And if this is what it takes, since there's been inaction by our current governor, then this is where we are at. Demanded that the state officials release inspection data into certain daycare centers, and she pushed for more unannounced state or site visits. Tim Wall said the payments were suspended when fraud is suspected. Broader examinations of suspicious billing claims are in progress. Smith is among the Republicans challenging Walls in the governor's race. University of Minnesota media law professor Jane Kirtley said the video is flashy but not meaty. There aren't a lot of facts to back up the claims. It's a lot of rhetoric, but with relatively little substance behind it. She spoke with NPR news host Clay Masters about why this video and others like it are going viral in the media ecosystem. The YouTuber saying he uncovered fraud in Minnesota, but media outlets like KSP, or is this what he's talking about?
Also, Trump just now has revoked all the funding for children to Minnesota because of this.
Do what now?
Trump just revoked all federal funding for like children in Minnesota.
Yeah, he just did that. The YouTuber says he is uncovering new fraud in Minnesota, but the media outlets like KSTP reported more than a year ago that there were some 62 investigations into Minnesota child care centers. NPR has reported about fraud at child care centers for more than a decade and has been following the feeding our future case from the beginning. Can we talk about some elements? Can you talk about some of the elements that were at play here? It's predicted on what I would call a kernel of truth in small cases, but it also enrages a fair amount of fear-mongering. The use of really explosive terminology, references to violence, and the suggestion, essentially, that the world's going to hell in a handbasket and only President Trump and his supporters can defend us from this onslaught. It's a lot of rhetoric with relatively little substance behind it. He also, I think, sufficiently relying on an individual who's identified as David. We see him in the video, but he's never given any other identification in terms of his full name or what his research is or how he's collected the information. He claims that he has as he waves around documents. Oh, so he's just holding up shit and shaking it at people. All of these things, I think, again, have the earmarks of not what most journalists would consider ethical journaling practices. Next question. Now, this YouTuber, Nick Shirley, is of a new class of independent journalists with YouTube accounts whose brand is showing what they say the mainstream media is not, which is really true. I see that a lot with sports people too. Now we'll be like, we're going to tell you all the stories that ESPN doesn't report on. Like that's like the whole thing. It's like, this is the forgotten nuggets of truth no one wants to talk about. Like that's like almost, right? It's so kitschy at this point. Let me tell you something.
Like, is
that
it
you
true?
No, exactly. But that's just like, I mean, maybe it's like a half-assed story, Mainstream is not. What do you make of this new sort of ecosystem of information? Well, in some aspects, it reminds me of Project Veritas. It was a group of individuals who, like these influencers, essentially claim they are telling you the stories that the mainstream media will not tell you. The tactics that they use are questionable, and their originality of their stories, I think, is also questionable. There is a story in The Guardian of London about several of these individuals. They included a statement that this particular influencer, prior to the last election, was talking to people that were not U.S. citizens and offering them 20 each if they would carry signs saying things like "I love Biden." When he used to and then he used that footage to make the claim that immigrants support Biden. That's not ethical journalism. You're basically creating a story. You don't basically create a story. You report a story, which is true. I mean, that's what a lot of these people do. But it's true on both sides. But there's a period of time. I'd say this all the time, but there's a period I'm in YouTube when it was like mommy makeout day at the beach, and it was always some like hookup artist style guy. This is old school YouTube. And they'd be like, "Oh, we're at the beach today, and we're gonna see how many of these hot moms at the beach will give me a kiss." And they would walk around and act like they're walking up to random people, but they pay actors to do it, you know. And it's like this weird like softcore porn on YouTube thing. That was a whole pandemic. Or it'd be like, "Oh, I went to the zoo and it got sexual," and it's just like making out with some random lady who's like holding a kid's hand. It was super fucking weird. It's the same thing, but like, yeah, giving people signs. Or, "Oh, I wore a Trump shirt and all these black people beat me up." They'll go find like some homeless black dudes and be like, "Hey, we'll pay you each $100 if you chase them down the street." And they'll be like, "Okay," and they don't give a fuck what they're doing.
Well,
It
just
for.
like the Trumps for or the blacks for Trump, all those
Yeah.
guys.
Look at my black guy over there. Look at
Yeah,
him
it was
dance.
the same guy behind Trump every fucking
Every
rally.
time, yeah. He's just like, "Oh yeah, like how'd you get here?" Mm-hmm. And then it got exposed and he stopped showing up. And can you explain the difference between what this YouTuber is doing and what more traditional journalists do? They use some techniques that investigative journalists do. Non-conventional people have done important reporting over the years. I mean, going back a long way, people like Seymour Hersh uncovered many, many big government scandals because he bothered to read government documents.
Shout out to him. I just watched a documentary on him. That just came out. It was by Brad Pitt's company Plan B. It's super good. It's on Netflix.
Let me check it out. He did not have a formal affiliation, so I don't
It's
suggest that
called
you have.
Cover Up.
So I don't want to suggest that you have to be a card-carrying journalist to do journalism. That's not true. But what I do think is lacking, yeah, what I think is lacking is, was there even an attempt made to try to verify the accuracy of what he was saying, or did they simply take him at his word? And this is what I see missing in the work of a lot of these influencers. They have a narrative. They do everything they can to do. They do everything they can to advance that narrative, but they seem to spend little time to no time looking for the other side of the story. And that's what good investigative journalism has to do, or good investigative journalism. Yeah. It's not suggesting that all sides are equal or all sides are telling the truth, but you have to explore every option, including the ones that challenge what you think is the story and that you're planning to tell. So, I mean, and that's true. So, just in this conversation alone, obviously they're not presenting any of this information. And if they've been looking into this for years, there's 62 investigations. There's not 62 Somali daycares. And that's like what I'm saying is you're looking at a bigger systemic. If let's say that one of these daycares is committing fraud, how many daycares across Minnesota or across the U.S. are committing these crimes? And I bet you it's a pretty diverse group of people that are committing these crimes. They're very similar in the fact that they're all thieves and liars, but they probably come from all different walks of life. You know, there's this big makeup ring, a theft ring, where people would go in and they'd steal like a shit ton of Mac products and stuff like that. The people that they caught who were running that ring, I think we talked about it on the pod. This was like almost 2 years ago. Was a super rich, well-off family in like California that had in their basement of their house had like a fucking Ulta warehouse of all of the stolen stuff. They had all these women all over the country stealing makeup and shipping it to them. And then they were paying them out and then selling it in mass on the black market. And you'd think that it would be some, be like, "Oh, who's this skeeving ass dude who's stealing all this makeup and selling it?" And it was like a very well off rich white suburban couple in like their like mid to late 50s.
Well,
You
were
know?
they rich because they were stealing?
No, he had a really good job. Like they had fucking money. It was just like an extra thing. But because they have that tick, right? So you could probably find some people that are very well off, run a daycare center, don't necessarily need the money, but are greedy and want it and lie about how many kids go and commit fraud that way for government funding. Fuck yeah. You don't have to be black, white, Asian, Irish, Rasta,
Why
or
you got to bring my Irish people into this?
Rastafarian or Pastafarian. It doesn't matter.
Ooh, pasta fire.
All different people from all walks of life commit fraud. They file for bankruptcy. So that's where it's like, no, you're taking a really big issue, a systemic issue in the state, and then just selecting a small community and criticizing them for it. Because if you expanded that view into like a bird's eye view, you'd be probably stunned if it is that bad in there. They're not. It's the Somalis are not taking $8 billion from everybody. You would notice. That would be pretty noticeable.
You would think, yeah, like fucking Doge would have doged it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Doge didn't catch this. Get the fuck out of here. So, I mean, we'll see, but it sounds like there's a lot of unsubstantiated claims. But
It seems too good to be true for Trump's like narrative.
But also, there is a lot of investigations within this state alone into this, and that's not surprising. I mean, people can. The most expensive bill people have when it comes to having a kid is their child care. And if they can get government subsidies on top of that too, I already feel like the child care people are hustling the fuck out of you. So pile on top of that getting government grants and you're lying about it, that's pretty weird. But I don't know how much I believe it, obviously. I'll hold out till I get more facts, but like
It's not great. It's not great. It'd be like finding like some Haitians eating some dogs, somewhere.
eating the cats, and then they stopped when I got elected. They just stopped doing it. Everybody stopped. That's where it's like, dude, shut up. Like, so we'll see on this. It's not a good look. I mean, it's just more shit in Tim Walz's lap. I mean, they're going to come up with anything and do anything to try to not lose midterms, win re-elections, win governorships. They're going to try to do a lot of stuff. And they've had it out for Tim Walz for a while. So, but at the end of the day, I mean, while he's the governor, he has...
Sorry, I think you mean Tampon Tim.
You're going to have people... He has people that their government job is to audit and check that shit. And make sure that those things aren't happening. That's not like that every single loan for a daycare comes across Tim Walz's desk. But you pay the cost to be the boss, so it's easy to get fucking yelled at when somebody's not doing their shit, if that's the case. But I guarantee you, if they look into it more, if this is true, this is a tip of the iceberg with a much bigger problem. That fraud transcends racial lines. Like, that's what I'm saying. All types of people steal.
I am against fraud, unless it's with me.
No corruption.
I know.
If there is corruption around, and I am not there, I am against it. But if there is corruption and I am involved, I defend it. Real bad man. 22 baby, 23 baby mother. A real bad man. No, it's 23 baby, 22 baby mother. That's crazy. So one of them gave you two, and like, if they're twins,
dude,
he was just pissed.
What a slut.
And he's like wearing like all black, like a leather suit.
Oh, you think that's what it was, twins?
If it was, that's the only way, because I don't think he did it. Like, based off the numbers, it would have to be. Like, I wouldn't believe it. He's like, no, I liked her so much I had a second. Like, everybody else.
Nah.
Unless that's the last one.
Because he's a real bad man.
Unless it was the first one or the last one. Because it's like, I thought this was going to be forever. We had either two kids or twins, and then I became a real bad man. Or I was always a real bad man, and now we have two with my life. I've settled down.
Yeah.
I have perspective. I've grown, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would hope it's the latter.
And
Either
the other
or.
21, baby mamas are pissed.
Yeah. Oh, they're so mad. Like, oh god, I thought I was the one.
This bitch.
He said 18 was his favorite number, so I gave him child 18, and then he left me.
I mean, we might as well be just talking about Elon too.
True. On God. So stay tuned on this. I'm sure more information on that's gonna come out. But I mean, that's just such a hot topic issue right now. Is all of this, and like you said, that's all you're gonna hear. Besides Trump getting a peace award, is dang it, stupid. Trump getting a peace award is apparently Somalis have ripped off the government for $8 billion and have secretly hid it in their low-income poor communities to make sure that nobody is aware of the fact that they have it, and they're waiting like a sleeper cell until one day they will spend it. Like, they watch Goodfellas, they paid attention, they're not buying that coat. why the fuck do you buy her that fur coat? We're supposed to keep a low profile. Like that's what they're doing right now. They're, you know, one day, one day I'll walk up to everybody that's white in America and say, I'm the captain now because I've got $8 billion and all I do is pirate, according to Donald Trump.
Got to get that booty.
Dude, that's crazy. When you're saying everybody from an area is a pirate, everybody from over there is a pirate. Like, those are such, like, crazy child statements. Like, I'm a real life firefighter, man. You'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, you are, son. Like, yeah, everybody over there's a pirate. Like, yep, that's the neighbors. The neighbor has an eye patch. He had an accident. Don't tease him, son. Like that. Like you can't. But to just be like everybody from that country is a pirate.
I'm trying to think of where that. I'm trying to think of where that statement would be true.
I know, but like, if you were, but what's crazy though is the way our media works and the way that we, even at our age, have been taught to think about it. If you said to somebody on the street, "What country is everybody a pirate?" I bet you on the survey says, you know, fucking Louis Anderson. I loved when Louis Anderson did Family Feud because it was just a fat, coked out shit show. Somalia would be like pretty close to the top. It'd be pretty close because the way that culture has been.
So it's so weird. I was just right before we started recording watching Bad Friends, the podcast with Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino.
Yeah, I love
And
that
they had Louis C.K. on, and he was just talking about, because he produced Baskets with Zach Galifianakis and Louis Anderson, and he was talking about how he was asking Zach, like, 'cause they didn't know what the show was. He's like, what's your mom like? And Zach's like, she's like, "Wah, wah, wah." And then Louis C.K.'s like, oh, so your mom's Louis Anderson? And then like he like left and he just like let them make the show, and he came back like the first day of shooting and Louis Anderson was dressed as his mom, and he's like, oh fuck, I guess we're really doing this.
Louis Anderson's crazy. But when he did Family Feud, he was just a mess. Everybody says it's like out of it. But yeah, I mean, to say that, if you were to poll on that, a lot of people would say that country, and that's a sad thing, and that's a realization we all as Americans.
I mean, is that Tom Hanks's fault?
No, it's a lot of things' fault. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's an impoverished.
My hairdresser growing up, her name is Sunny. She's from Somalia.
I remember you
yeah,
shouted
she's
her
the
out
shit.
last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we can't, it's frustrating. You can't help where you're born or where you come from. But if there are issues or you want to become a better version of something or escape from something, you have the ability to. And we used to be one of those places where you could do that. We used to be the place where you were supposed to do that. That's where you do go. That's where you go to do it. And so to see it, you know, Angie LeBou taught me that. Shout out Miss LeBou, Great American Melting Pot.
Go back to France, LeBou.
But it's to see it be like now everybody, our president saying everybody from there is a pirate. That's some shit that you would say in like sixth grade geography class and get in trouble for saying, because it'd be a racist statement. You get written the fuck up, and you'd be like, well, you know, why did he get written up? Because he said everybody from Somalia is a pirate, like, and meant like, I mean, that's such a wild. It's everybody from Neverland's a kid.
Is that the title of the audio? Everybody from Somalia.
No, don't know. But I mean, I take things so literal. And I always have. Like when I was a kid, I didn't eat sour cream. Literally didn't eat sour cream till I was like maybe 15 or 16. Because I was like, why would I eat cream that's fucking sour? That sounds disgusting. Like y'all are weird. And then I had it. I was, you know, a little stoned. Crunchwrap Supreme. I was like, this shit's pretty good. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take things kind of at face value when it comes to things that people are saying. And he's so far off the rails at this point. He's so...
Excuse me. Back the fuck up. First time you had sour cream was at Crunchwrap Supreme.
On God. Because I forgot to say no sour cream.
I was like eating baked potatoes with sour cream, like in the womb.
No, just cheese, bacon, chives, baby. Some butter. Nope. Maybe a little hot sauce. No sour cream. But now I fucks with it. It's still not my favorite, but I like it on certain things.
Yeah.
So shout out Crunchwrap Supreme. Holding it down, exposed me to a new food. Appreciate you.
Shout out Young Brands. Start paying your boys.
Yeah, probably, arguably.
Pepsi over Coke.
There you go. Generation Next. Article number 3. Oysters, crab, and $400,000 worth of lobster meat stolen in New England. Dude, people are stealing shit everywhere. Concord, New Hampshire. 40,000 oysters, lobster worth almost $500,000, and a cache of crab meat were all stolen in separate incidents within weeks of each other in New England. The first seafood vanished on November 22nd in Falmouth, Maine, where authorities suspect someone stole 14 cages full of oysters from the aquaculture site in Casco Bay. Many of the oysters were full grown and ready for sale. Altogether, the cages were worth about 20 grand. This is a devastating situation for a small businessman. The other 2 thefts happened in Taunton, Massachusetts. Yeah, they both happened in Taunton, Massachusetts, 160 miles away. The first was a load of crab disappeared after leaving the Lineage Logistics warehouse on December 2nd. Then on the 12th, lobster meat destined for the Costco stores in Illinois and Minnesota was stolen by a fraudulent trucking company, according to the broker who arranged it. The carrier we hired impersonated a real carrier. They had spoofed the email address. They changed the name on the side of the truck. They made They made a fake certified driver's license. It was very sophisticated crime, which is fucking awesome. That kind of cargo theft has been a problem for over a decade, he said, and it's gotten worse in recent years. It happens every day, multiple times a day.
Every day?
I'm going to finish reading this real quick, and then I did a little bit more research on this. Freight theft generally falls into 2 categories, he said. A transportation for the freight brokerage industry. That's who was talking. Chris Burrows, the CEO of a trade organization. The lobster heist fits the first type, which involves someone impersonating a legitimate trucking company. The second type, known as a strategic theft, often involves using phishing emails to gain access to computer systems and get paid without actually stealing the product. This is the massive growing problem that needs to be addressed. Given its short shelf life, the stolen lobster will likely end up in a restaurant, both said. And while seeing plenty of quips about stealing butter to go on lobsters, Rexing said such thefts ultimately harm customers. Whenever you eat food, whether you eat food or not, they're stealing other items. They're stealing items to build your cars. They're stealing items to go into computers. Ultimately, the cost gets thrown on the consumers. So this is fucking the issue with a lot of these companies, and the reason why they're able to. The phishing email's one thing, so obviously that's like spoofing it.
The phishing, no pun intended.
Um,
Even though these are crustaceans.
True, you know. What is it? You're trapping them. But this is one of the issues. So what the phishing emails is one thing, because they'll get the information, they'll fake the emails, they'll take the payment, they won't take, like they'll do whatever. But what's really crazy is these people pretending to be shipping companies. So there's people, basically these large companies like Costco will hire a third party to drive their shit. So rather than having their own dudes drive their shit, they'll contract somebody, and that contractor contracts somebody else to do it. And then that person that they contract isn't even real, and then they just drive off with your shit. That's crazy. That's a good amount of money. It's over $500,000 worth of seafood, and that people are gonna buy it. You're not gonna get street value for it. You're gonna be hucking lobsters, or you already had a place to take it. But that's kind of badass. Yeah. And like this is like an epidemic you don't really hear about, and that people are pretending to be trucking companies and just jacking people's shit like freights of lobsters. That's badass.
I had lobster for Christmas.
That's badass, though. That's tight as fuck. See, this is I'm behind this type of theft. I'm totally behind it. Rip off Costco. That's totally fine. That's crazy, though. Like, where do you go with that? What do you do with it once you have $500,000 worth of lobster?
Bro, you're the restaurant industry. You could dump it.
No, dude, that's a lot of lobster, dude. $500,000.
They're in New England, bro.
No, but they're taking it to Illinois. in Minnesota. And they just
Chicago.
vanish. So you're driving you got like a 15-hour drive and you disappear with freights full of lobster. You have to have a destination, or you go over to Canada. You went over to Canada and sold it. That would make sense.
That'd be hard though to get over the
Yeah,
border.
I guess they'd have to, that would be difficult. Not even think about it, because it is like seafood customs. You're in a big freight truck, so you probably couldn't.
No. Dude, if you want, give me $400,000 worth of seafood, and I'll get rid of it. I know a guy. I'll go talk to Nobu. Like, yo, I got these lobsters, man. I got these lobsters, man.
Got these
I'll
Cresties,
suck your
dog.
dick, man.
Suck your dick, take these oysters. He's like, you got yourself a deal. Love when you come in town. No pun intended. Yeah.
Oysters are an aphrodisiac.
So what would you rather do? Drill a hole in the side of a bank and steal a bunch of safety deposit boxes and get anywhere from $10 million to $109 million, or such a wild range? It's like the cable company. We'll be there between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. So we'll call you 20 minutes before we get there. You're like, oh, great. That's awesome. And then they'll be like, oh, we called. You didn't answer. So we're on to the next job.
And that's why monopolies don't work. It's because cable companies, and who else can do that to you? Doctors.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
They told me to show up an hour before my appointment. Get the fuck out of my face.
What would you do? What would you choose?
The money.
So you would steal from safety deposit boxes.
You're stealing lobsters
lobsters?
from a longshoreman.
From the cast of Deadliest Catch.
Really, like I'm stealing from Germans, or
Yeah, steal from a German.
shout out Germany.
Yeah, we love Germany.
2% of our audience.
I might steal from a German.
No, but
Before I stole from
they're
an
not gonna let us in,
American.
bro. When we go on our tour, bro.
Longshoreman.
A longshoreman, that's right.
I'd rather steal from a German than a U.S. born and bred.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ain't doing it. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Does he smoke Winston's? Psst, I can't do that, man. Come on, man. He smokes Winston just like me, man. He's a Richard Petty fan. That longshoreman. His family needs it. This is like a fucking Billy Joel song. The Lobster Man.
Probably.
We stole 400 grand from the Lobster Man. They'll make me get on that. I had a good one last time. No.
Final article.
This is like just a hot topic in the media. I found it very interesting. I've argued with people that Stephon Diggs is just kind of a garbage person. His brother got cut by the Cowboys today. Stephon Diggs plays professional football. He is engaged to Cardi B, the rapper. I know that she just had his kid.
I heard them call him Mr. Cardi B on the broadcast. That's how I found out. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, so Cardi B was cheating on her husband and father of her most recent child. That's not Stephon Diggs' child. That is definitely Offset's kid, or allegedly was Offset's kid. So now
Offset from Migos.
He's being accused of assault and strangulation. I bring this up, and I brought
Of Cardi B?
No, we'll get into it, of a private chef. But he's a fucking idiot. So Stephon Diggs represents to me a problem that exists within most professional sports, but he is hyper volatile. There's a video of him when he was on the Vikings, and they were like, who's one person on the team you wouldn't want your sister to date? Everybody said Stephon Diggs. From, alleged assaults.
What a shady ass question too, by the way.
One of his friends and some of his entourage beat up a gay influencer who accused him of trying to hook up with him, but he was cheating while Cardi B is pregnant and married. He was sleeping with Cardi B, which is always so weird to me. That's some weird fetish stuff if guys are doing that. But was like sleeping with
What?
a
Sleeping
woman
with a
that's like,
pregnant woman?
then they're like it was someone else's kid. That's weird. That's weird.
Uh, that happened to me once, but I didn't know it ahead of time.
Well, whenever they were doing it, it was obvious she's
Well,
pregnant.
maybe it became obvious to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a weird night. It's a long time ago.
How do you handle it? How do you move forward after that?
Bro, when I walked into the house, hoarding of newspapers.
No. You slept with a pregnant hoarder? That's crazy, bro.
Left my car at the bar.
That's
so
the title
she
of
drove
the
me.
that's the title of the audio is I slept with a pregnant hoarder. That sounds like a Quan Mills book. My baby daddy's a bed bug coming out next summer. I slept with a hoarder, with a pregnant hoarder.
Dude, I like forgot about that. Too.
But it would be, but to make it Quan Mills, it'd be I slept with a pregnant hoarder on Mother's Day. That's the kicker. That would be the kicker. You made her day better. That's fucked. You can tell me that story off air.
That's the story. That's it.
Like when you say hoarding newspapers, like how many newspapers? Like a lot, like stacked up.
Stacks.
There's this dude who lives on my street, and I feel bad, but I don't. Sometimes he's this older gentleman, like pretty old. He's obviously a hoarder. When I tell you, this fucking dude's car drives a Honda CRV. It's a pretty big crossover. Is so full of trash that you can't see him through any window but the driver's side window. On his side of his car, he has trucker side mirrors that extend out off of his regular side view mirrors so he can see farther behind him because he can't see out his back window because of the trash. Dead ass. I was on my way to work one morning. They were working on his roof. This dude was sitting in his hoarder car, and I'm telling you, doing whippets. Fucking upside down aerosol can just sitting there. Like when I was driving by at like 6 a.m. on my way to work, and he was just in his car.
That makes me feel better. Like at least he's like spun out on whippets.
Doing
Like he's not
whippets
just
and
he's
shit.
just not normally hoarding.
No, but I mean, so it's to the top of the window. Like if you look in the passenger window, you can't see anything at all. It's blocked out. Like, and I've been leaving the neighborhood and like been stuck behind him. I was like, oh, he doesn't leave. This motherfucker is like driving everywhere and swerving all over the place. It stresses me out. But I'm not gonna fuck him. But
You're not gonna fuck him.
but I could introduce you. Just newspapers was the hoard. That was just it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
As far as I can tell.
that's creepier because it's like very specific. Like I only collect Southern Living magazines, and you're like, you've got a lot of those. You should throw them away. Like they don't make this stuff anymore. This is from.
No, I really had blocked that out of my memory until like it just got triggered right here.
I'm glad I could bring that all Russian bag to the front page for you.
Damn.
Stephon Diggs is facing charges for strangulation and assault. He is denying the accusations against him, according to statements from his attorney and from the NFL. Citing documents, Diggs is accused of felony strangulation or suffocation, a misdemeanor assault, battery charges, and an incident that happened December 2nd. The New England Patriots are aware of the accusations and have been made regarding the Patriots. Spokesperson said. He was informed by the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stephon. Of course we do. They're the number one seed, and they're about to go into the playoffs.
Quarterback might be the MVP.
With the easiest schedule in the league, so I'll hold my breath on that. We will continue to gather information. He does look good, though. We continue to gather information. We'll cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary out of respect for all parties involved. And given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. He's probably going to get suspended. Citing charging documents, reports that the accuser, a private chef, had a paycheck dispute with Diggs which she says led to an alleged assault. The woman, according to those in the court documents, quit her position after the alleged assault. Let me pull this because
There's
there's
a female chef that he strangled.
yeah, I got it. There's a I got hold on. I gotta find more info on this because the stuff that I've found was I thought there was gonna be more in this. Because so apparently, well, found it. Shout out TMZ. So this is the chat between the two of them. So they had there's a text message thread between the two of them. So basically, what happened was that she was working as this private chef. Then we don't know exactly what happened leading up to her wanting to quit, but he hired a new chef. So she's like, "Hey, you've kind of wasted my fucking time. You need to pay me for the football season like you said you would." Basically, calling him out on his bullshit. Um, that's how it started. Now, in this text exchange, um, you will pay me out for the rest of the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. Wasted my fucking time being here because you got a fucking circus going on. I'm out of your life. That's what she said to Stefan Diggs. And he said, I won't be paying you shit. The fuck I look like paying you and paying another chef? Is you high, bitch? Who the fuck you gotta who the fuck gotta give you money for you business I who the fuck gotta give you money for you business I'm not, I don't gotta do a motherfucking thing. And you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them to come anytime. The fuck that and they'll come take this money. Then fuck you talking about. Show me I'm pussy. That's his response. Their grammar is absolutely atrocious. Um, but allegedly, so they had this text message conversation. Their differences of opinions and what they wanted done, whatever. She decides to quit, and they have this text message exchange. Then allegedly, he shows up about this text message exchange, slaps her around, chokes her, puts her in like a chokehold. This happened in December. Whatever evidence they have is enough to criminally charge him because that's what they're doing. They're criminally charging him. But this is a representation of a bigger issue. And it's not just in America. It's not like just in our society. It's everywhere. And it does come with sports to a certain extent. Is Stephon Diggs has been pretty scummy for a really long time. And what's crazy about this is this year I've watched football. I watched the Patriots game, and I was like, "Oh, Stephon Diggs is like such a shitty dude." Like, and it's like known that he's a shitty dude. You have people like Tyreek Hill, who's got kicked out of his school in college for choking his pregnant fiance, and then got suspended in the NFL afterwards because he got accused of abusing his kid in her. They're the past that some of these guys. And I mean, this is allegedly right now, but all of his actions and what's been publicly known about Stephon Diggs and his treatment of women doesn't make me gives me more pause if someone says like I don't think he did it, and that's not necessarily fair to him. But it's a culmination of all of your actions. So to see this come out is depressing, and to see some of these guys that play in these professional sports knowing what they've publicly done is pretty fucking depressing, that this is like even being reported on, that we have these people that kids go buy their jerseys and they're like choking women and beating the shit out of people. It's fucking mind-blowing. And the responses that the support that they get from these organizations who really just want him to play because they're better if he's playing, it's so disingenuous,
Yeah, for sure.
What are your thoughts?
I agree.
Just like, no, I mean, it's when and it's not necessarily like that. Did Tyreek Hill do that when he was in college? Yeah, but like when you beat up and choke your pregnant fiance, like you don't get to like walk away from that later,
Well, you do if you're Tyreek.
But that's
I didn't draft him as a rookie because of that shit. My cousin did, and I've given him shit ever since about it. And then now it's just like that's like kind of worn off, and it's just like he's Tyreek Hill.
he's the cheetah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be really quick to show up and beat the shit out of a woman that's nearby. Like, what are we talking about? Like, and then he's continued to do it. This dude's got like he's got like what 8 kids. He's married, having babies out of wedlock with other women, like crazy stuff. Just like unbelievably unhinged, toxic. And when you hear the NFL talk about they want their players to act a certain way or be better, I mean, the Eagles, we have someone in Jalen Carter, and he did some stupid shit in college, street racing, where one of his teammates and one of the trainers died in a street race whenever he was driving and racing around. That's some stupid shit.
Why I got to bring the baby rhino into this?
Because it's just because he's another representation of the same thing. Now, he hasn't been doing the same stupid shit since he's been in the NFL. But it's like, but if he continued to, how many chances?
I think it's totally different. Like him street racing versus like hitting women, dude.
Okay, whenever the Cowboys had a guy who was Brent, defensive tackle, who was drinking and driving, and he killed a teammate 2 days before, and he suited and was on the sidelines in a uniform at the Cowboys game. The Cowboys dressed that dude the same fucking week. His teammate died while they were fucking wasted driving around Dallas. Like, that's crazy. The fact that they would even think about putting that dude out there is mind-blowing. Yep. I don't know. I put it in there just because A, I've been talking shit about this dude for a long time. But B, it's like what are we doing? Like, this is why there's people that don't advocate for the release of like the Epstein files. It's the same shit. Like, guarantee you, if you don't give a shit if somebody's beating up women, how much do I really think you care if someone's out there assaulting them? You know, like that problem is pervasive in other parts of our culture, not just in and there's a hyper focus on this Epstein stuff, but that's, like a sliver of the bullshit that kind of goes on. It's just that's just really fucked up. That's like the far, far extreme. But there's so much stuff before you get to that level that's just so abhorrent and disgusting that exists at this point that it's depressing. And that's front page news. He gets charged with that, and his brother.
What do you think about Chappelle's take, where Cassie got $50 million from Diddy for getting beat up, and he's like, I know. He goes, I got friends who fought Mayweather and got paid less.
Well, and that's, I mean, because you're bringing into question if Cassie is a victim or not from the video.
No, it was just a joke.
No, I know, but there behind the joke, there's some truth to it, and he's making a point where he's just saying like she signed all these NDAs. She obviously had her foot in that stuff too. I mean, she's got her own legal issues that could have.
I think he was saying what happened to her was horrible, but she got $50 million.
Yeah, exactly. But then she made $50 million out of it and lived this lavish lifestyle for a long time, and like continued to have sexual relationships with these people behind Diddy's back. There's like all this goofy shit, right? Yeah, I mean that I haven't watched that special yet, but like I need to.
It's decent.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not too preachy?
No. Not at all.
Because he was on that tangent path a little bit and like another.
I mean, it still is a little bit like all the guys who went to Saudi Arabia are preachy about it, but whatever.
Who was it? Tim Pool got told he couldn't go, so he was gonna go, and then they removed him.
I heard Bill Burr, speaking his piece about it, and then Chappelle talks about it too.
No, I really want to hear it. Well, yeah, that's all I got, man. Just a lot of theft. And, apparently it's, beating
It's not just coming from the White House.
The calls are coming from within the White House. What else you got?
Meditate, bitches.
Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, post, repost, tweet, Flickr, Tumble, X, whatever. We just appreciate y'all checking out and listening to us. And I apologize, Germany. I'm not going to steal from a German or hurt a German. I love German people. I was just saying the longshoremen come first. That's all I'm saying. born in the USA. Yeah, but y'all be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, and as always, go fuck yourselves, bitches.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.
Gotcha, bitch.